work out in November. Had a breathing operation since then. The hurdling form was pretty good last season. You can give it a pass for the entry run last time when it was out of its depth, but before that was an improving type. But very, very weak in the betting at the moment. So, yeah, I'll probably just about with Ginger Mail in this one, but tricky little contest despite this relatively
Event start
time.
Yeah, it is. There's not much deadwood in the race to rule out, and sometimes
At
that
the
can be
post.
much more difficult when you've got a small field race and when perhaps you've got 16 or 18 runners and you can sort of put your red marker or whatever colour marker you've got to say, no, not having that, I can't have that one, no chance, ground wrong, etc., etc. So, yeah, I mean, we've got actually a very similar race to that, which... Of course, Craig's got his nap in the 325, so we'll be looking forward to that. There's a couple of interesting emails actually regard to characters. One I knew that would always turn up whenever you mentioned about characters. Vodkatini. It was a little bit before my era, but I do remember, and I've seen Vodkatini trained by Josh Gifford, loads of ability, but more often than not refused to race. I think he used to be, Steve Smith-Eccles' mount. I remember somebody having a chat with Steve about him in the past. He says that
was Peter Hobbs, wasn't it, Vodkatini?
Could be, yeah. I mean, it's before my time. I know. I remember somebody having a conversation with Steve, with Eck about him. But as I say, unfortunately, I wasn't well, I was only a young man now.
This market is now in play.
And we can rejoin Mike Cadamo.
Here we go then. They're off and racing for this six-runner affair. An excellent little contest. The Church House Investment Management Handicap Hurdle Class 3 underway. Jungle Jack and Brian Hughes. The white-faced chestnut galloping on at the head of affairs. Ginger Mail and Ip Up disputing second at this early part of the race as they make their way to the first of the 8 flights. Just tracking them on the inside then is Cracking Rhapsody with Khan Funnock's green jacket on the outside of that one, and the darker green of Slugger is at the back of the field, held up by Sean Quinlan as they cross over the first. Khan Funnock had a good look at that, just paused and put the brakes on a touch. But he's over it in fourth place, the Irish Raider, and they're moving down the side of the course now. What looks to be a reasonable pace, to be honest, being set by Jungle Jack, who's got some pretty good form on his CV, this top weight. They're coming up towards the home straight, then up towards the 2 flights, 2 and 3, with Ip Up, who was impressive last time out in a dispute of second with Ginger Mail. And Ginger Mail's old rival, Cracking Rhapsody, is on the inside in the red cap, alongside Khan Funnock, with Slugger bringing up the rear, but about 5 lengths off them. Between the 2 flights in the home straight then for the first time. And Jungle Jack making the use of his stamina here. Comes up towards it and jumped it in front of the grey. Ginger Mail, Danny McMenamin on the outside of him, about a length down in second place. And then on the inside is Ip Up next to the rail. Khan Funnock has now relegated Cracking Rhapsody to 5th place, and Slugger 2 lengths behind them. In 6th, moving past us now with a full circuit to go here in this Class 3 Church House Investment Management Handicap Hurdle. Jungle Jack and the champion jockey Brian Hughes, 3-time champion, taking them away from us down towards the left turn towards the far side. Ginger Mail 2 lengths down in second. Cracking Rhapsody, I should say Ip Up rather, in that 3rd place. Cracking Rhapsody back to 5th place now as Khan Funnock is the one ahead of that in the green jacket on the outside. Here's the first flight down the back. And again, they're all over safely. Slugger still looking on at the rear. Settled pretty well today, Slugger. He's been a bit keen before, but he's got a hood on him today just to switch him off a bit. And so far, so good. Down they go towards the 5th flight. And as they cross that, there was a slight error by Khan Funnock. Wasn't the most fluent of leaps there behind, but still very much in contention in this open-looking contest as the runners